Hey, good morning, guys. Buenos días, señor Tejepen. So, I'm here, as you can tell, I'm here fixing to go into work, and you're here in about 30 minutes or so. And just wanted to put in a few, I just had a few words, a few thoughts going through my head, and it's primarily about the new DJI Action 6 camera that just came out yesterday for those of us in the US. And I'm watching yesterday. I'm pretty much watching everybody's, all these influencers, their videos, and yeah, man, it's getting old. It's getting kind of crazy and oversaturated, I think. So that's just kind of what I was thinking yesterday. And, have we gotten away from what these cameras were first intended to do and why they were made? If you back up to the very beginning, when GoPro first came out with their camera, man, it was about skydiving, it was about bike riding and doing extreme action sports, right? And now we've brought that, and companies have tried to cater to the vloggers, and now these action cameras are now being touted as like variable apertures, and they're starting to kind of market them to people that want them to be the next Sony FX3. I don't know. I'm not throwing shade at it, because I own every single one of these cameras. Am I some kind of influencer? Absolutely not. I'm just irresponsible. Sorry, I hate to say it, but it's the truth, right? If like, oh look, the new shiny thing is out, let me buy it. Guys, these cameras are not overly expensive. They're 350 to more or less 500 or 600 bucks. If that's too much for you, then probably your phone is going to be your best bet to do vlogs or videos. And there's nothing wrong with that. My Samsung S25 Ultra is fantastic. I'm recording on it right now. How about them apples? Yeah, back to the influencer things. Man, I mean, they kind of remind me of like Fox News or CNN, where it's like, oh, here's what's happening in the world, and here's our opinion of it. Like, man, I don't really care about your opinion. Just tell me what's going on, and I'll figure out what's important and what's not. Kind of the same thing with these influencers. You don't know, number one, if they're getting paid to do these things. They're just going to say nice things, and then you get the camera and you're like, hey, how come, what's this? How come I didn't know about this? Or how come I didn't know about that? How come nobody talked about that? So pick and choose. It's very much like news. You have to kind of take a little bit from this station, a little bit from that network, and just kind of formulate your own opinion, because everybody has their own little way of looking at things. I see some influencers that are making this camera out to be, hey, 10-bit or 8-bit. That's going to be the thing. Color grading, that's going to be the thing. I'm not into all that, guys. I go out on a limb here and say about 95% of us out here, the consumers that buy these cameras, we're not into color grading either. Tell me in the comments if you are. Maybe I'm totally wrong, but no, I'll record it on one of my cameras, edit if I need to, but more than likely I'm going to do all my editing on CapCut. And CapCut has some really good color profiles on there. I can switch to black and white. I can do this, saturate a little more here. They got tons of color profiles. I really don't feel the need to learn how to color grade, or buy a $200 or $300 software that's gonna do all that. I can do 100% of all my videos. I do them on my phone pretty much. I really don't use a camera. That's me though. I'm not throwing shade at nobody, just saying I think that's the majority of us, that we just want to kind of do these things on our phone, send them, put them on social media, and try to act like we're the coolest kid at the table. Myself, when I look at a camera, I'm looking at what is, number one, weather resistant or waterproof, and can take good night pictures, low light pictures or video, which of course, DJI cameras and Insta360 cameras, they check all those boxes, for the most part. My wife is a travel planner mainly doing Disney vacations and cruises. So, for those of y'all, comment if you've been there to Disney World in Florida. It could be super sunny and beautiful 1 minute, and then 10 minutes later there's a monsoon outside. So Pocket 3, I'll take it because it's such a small camera, but you're gonna find my Ace Pro 2 pretty close behind, or my Insta360 X5. I love that camera. So those are the way I'm looking at a camera, and buying one, it's got to make sure that I don't want to pay $600 or $700 for the Pocket 3 and then get it wet, on Tiana's ride, the Tiana's Adventure, and I get it all wet, and then next thing I know, it's not working. No, I need a camera that's going to be able to handle anything I throw at it, including low light, which of course these cameras will do that. They're very good at it. Is the new Action 6 gonna be better than the Ace Pro 2 or anything like that? I think they're gonna be all pretty much the same. They're gonna be very, very good. No matter which one you choose, no matter which one you have, they're all gonna be very, very good in low light. But some people just seem to think that, oh man, look at this, it's such a dark picture. Well, it's pitch dark outside, idiot. These things are meant for good low light, not pitch dark. Not at the deer lease where there's really only moonlight. It's not a night vision camera. It's just a low light camera. So keep that in mind. But anyway, back to the influencers. Guys, I don't know. There's some of these influencers that are gonna give you their opinion and tell you this is what it is. They're gonna, and then if you're kind of sharp enough to kind of see it, they're gonna be talking about a camera and telling you that, oh, this is such a great picture, but meanwhile they're recording themselves on a professional camera, like a professional Sony camera or one of them, and you can always tell because the background will be blurred. Always watch out for that. I always kind of catch that, to where they're telling you, oh, this camera is like really cool, man, and the whole background is blurred. Like, dude, that's not that camera you're showing me. Show me the picture of this camera if you're going to talk about it. Show me what videos you made with it. So yeah, the influencers, man, they just tell me I gotta like take a little bit from this influencer, a little bit from that one, a little bit from this one, and then kind of formulate my own opinion as to whether I'm going to get it. More than likely, I'm going to get the damn thing anyway. Not because I'm the next Steven Spielberg or anything, but because like I say, I'm irresponsible. I'm going to get it. It doesn't really matter. It comes out, it's new, I'm going to get it. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I didn't want to keep rambling. I'm going on 10 minutes already. Jeez, just talking. So yeah, do your thing, man. Get a camera. No matter which one you have, whether it's your phone or whether it's, whichever one, they all have pros and they all have cons. And there's not a single camera out there that's gonna be the perfect one. You just, not you, but I like to make sure that I have just at least a couple of different options for the situation I'm gonna get in. Pocket 3, that's going to be my very first choice that I'm going to think of when I'm going to do something. But like I say, I'm going to take a spare camera that's going to be able to handle the weather should the weather turn a little bit nasty. I live along the Texas coast, so if we go to the beach or something like that, yeah, the Pocket 3's that's not sand, and the Pocket 3, not good bedfellows. So I'll be taking one of the other cameras, and again, for the situation, that's how I'm going to choose the camera. But they're so small, that you could just pretty much throw them in your bag, and they're not really going to take up a whole lot of space. Battery life has gotten really good in a lot of these cameras, and everybody has a charging block nowadays, so I don't really worry too much about those things. But anyway, all right, guys, well, I'm gonna go ahead and finish it up. And again, whatever camera you use, man, keep vlogging. I totally enjoy seeing you guys' videos. Put your video out there, let it go. Don't be worrying too much about all these professional color grading and making it look all cinematic. You know, come on, guys. I'm not Francis Ford Coppola here. You know, making the next Godfather movie. You know, I'm just showing my goddamn bike ride through my neighborhood. You know, I'm not making the next Star Wars movie. So just kind of chill out with that, man. You know, I like some of their influencers. They make their videos and they do all these different little color schemes, and you know, you got to do all these things. You know, I don't know, man. CapCut, I put it in there. It's got a ton of color profiles you can choose from. I'm good with that. So do your thing, man. It's your money. Buy whatever the hell you want to buy, whatever makes you happy. And you know, remember, those of you that are married, if you're going to get a camera, it's probably better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Write that down. Have a good weekend, guys.